Yeah. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feel? You know where you at. You know who you with. It's the Reallionaires Podcast. Yeah, I feel good. I'm glad to be back with my brothers. It's been a long week. So before we get into everything in hand, let me introduce my co-hosts, my brothers on this journey. To the left of me, we have
Slim, aka Slim the Announcer, aka S.STREET.
All right. And on my right, we have
It's your boy Marlon Jean-Baptiste, a.k.a. MJB.
and sitting dead center is the real, a.k.a. the old head that loves head. And tonight's topic, faded love. How do we get there? But before we get into that, let's do the check-in with y'all brothers. How y'all feeling?
I'm good. Tired of having political conversations.
You worn out from it?
Especially because I don't respond to people when they talk about politics to me, but they keep going. Which I find it so weird. They just be like, oh, and I'm like, I don't do politics.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. Why don't you?
They got to get it out.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, okay, so I don't because, one, I'm not going to act like I'm educated in it. Right?
You said you're not going to act like you're educated?
Right. I just don't pay attention to it. I don't follow it, so I don't want to have a conversation because I'm not going to sit and act like I know what I'm talking about. I don't really, and the reason why I don't pay attention to it is because it's the same thing every time. You get a whole bunch of people that's going to lie and tell you what they think you want to hear, and then you vote, and then in the end, none of that shit they said ever happens.
Okay. All right. Okay. I have my own. Nah, that's just how he talk, bro. That's my brother. His voice been like that since he was like 12.
What'd he say?
He said, "Tell him to turn the Barry White voice off."
Oh, that's natural.
Nah, that's naturally
That's a
him.
natural voice.
And MJB, how you feeling, bro?
I'm good. Happy birthday, my baby girl, Marina.
Yes, happy birthday, Marina. Yes. How old is she now?
9.
Woo!
9 years old.
Okay, Malik, what up, buddy? All right.
Definitely realizing the nigga getting old.
You just realizing that?
Well, you know, each year you like, fuck.
Right, yeah. You getting closer and closer.
They sitting there looking older and then, you know, getting to it, and you like, man, listen, my gas is running out.
Right, I remember when you used to drool on yourself. Now you about to be wiping drool off my face.
Right.
Shit.
But it's a blessing.
Right, always. 7th birthday is shit in like 10 days.
Okay. Okay.
Fucking trifling twos. I'm alright. You know, it's just, put it like this. Working at PU has become interesting. It's become interesting. You know, we switched up a couple of things, and I'm starting to see the ignorance of people.
Starting?
Like, as if it wasn't already. But, like, if you're going to try to get over, make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? The other day we had a dude come with his ID. He was born in 2004.
Must be nice.
Right. You have to be 21 to get in. Clearly. I went to school long enough to know that that's 20. For 10 minutes, I had to explain to this dude why he wasn't 21. And he couldn't get it. No. I turned 21 last year. Maybe in your country. But here, Western civilization, 1 + 1 is 2. You're only 20. It got so bad, bro. I said, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Here we go. Count with me. 5, 6, 7.
Right.
Like, yeah, I just... working at the Wii Spot ain't as fun as it used to be. But I do want to say shout out to I&M Home Team. They are about to start doing a podcast. I didn't fuck them up. Verb, what up? So yeah, they about to start Home Team podcast. Make sure you watch out for it. All right. Before we get into the topic, since you've been gone, first one, DJ Envy. He's catching hell in a handbasket because he let his daughter dress up as Little Kim for Halloween. Feelings, thoughts, opinions. Did you see the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what y'all think?
Horrible decision.
Yeah, that was wild.
Horrible decision.
Okay.
And I didn't like the the follow-up video he did of so-called not caring about everybody's opinion and told about, oh, y'all worried about what I do with my daughter. Yeah, we're a little concerned, actually. That's why we're a little concerned.
So, I'm going to be honest. I think people have more of an issue with who Little Kim, what she represented.
At the time.
Versus what that little girl wore. Because it was only one shot that I seen, and that was the red.
The red one, yeah, when she...
Right, everything else, she looked like a kid to me. But this is Halloween.
That was the one thing that I did say. Like, you know, if you follow him, you follow whatever, you know that he's big on doing the family Halloween with the family. Right. Right? But yeah, you know what I mean? It's Little Kim. And again, from then. Right. You know what I mean? And it's your, what, she's 8?
I think she's younger than that, actually.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so then you
So Verve said the one with the other daughter was a little off too. I didn't see that one. So
I just feel like we gotta stop okaying so many things. Mm-hmm. Like there's a million other things he could have dressed her as for Halloween.
That's true.
Why did you go with that? And then it's like, two, it's like once you become any form of a celebrity,
you're gonna get that.
Right, and you post publicly what you did, you're gonna get negative comments.
You're gonna get scrutinized.
Stop getting mad every time. If that's the case, don't post it. I'm sorry. Like, you're a celebrity. Don't post if you feel like, nobody should never say nothing. You posted it. You made it public.
Right. I don't know what the issue is. The issue is I had to see it.
Why y'all worried about it? Because you showed us.
Mm-hmm. Right. And the other daughter did Aaliyah. Okay. Well, he just was picking.
Aaliyah a little better than Lil' Kim, depending on what the outfit was.
I don't know, because if R. Kelly was in the background, that means that would have been Ebro. Yeah. All right. Next one. Special get well to Buckshot Shorty from the boot camp clique. He got his ass whooped in Flatbush. I've heard a couple of stories, but the one thing I keep hearing is that he went to his property and was trying to get the people out of the property. And one dude beat him up and the other dude recorded it. I just want to say...
That was a one-on-one?
That's what I heard.
I ain't giving no get well soon for a one-on-one.
That's because you didn't see him.
No, get better. Don't get well. Get better at fighting.
No, that's because you didn't. This asshole. That's because you didn't see him. He looked like Martin when he fought Hitman Hearns.
I seen it.
And he couldn't get up, bro.
I have no sympathy with somebody who got their ass with that bad in a one-on-one fight. If they jumped him, if they snuck him, okay, get well. I feel bad for you. It was a fair fight. You just lost badly.
Have you ever seen how big Buckshot is, bro?
It makes it worse. That doesn't make it worse. Help the argument. Say a big nigga that can't fight.
No, he's a little dude. He's a little dude.
Is he a midget?
No, he's not that little.
Is he handicapped?
Well, he was in special ed in Bushwick High School.
You should fight better if you're in special ed. You got retarded.
All right, I'm not talking to you.
You got that hit hard.
I'm not talking to you no more because this nigga, you on timeout for 5 minutes. Last but not least,
you put the wish your well.
I know y'all brothers don't speak about it, so I'm gonna respect it and just give my input. Tuesday was a very disappointing day for a lot of people, as Where's Waldo, aka today's woman, lost the election to the orange bandit who made a statement that she was fired and all types of other shit. This is what I want to say. People are saying they don't understand why people stop being friends because of who they voted for.
I posted that.
No, you wasn't the only one. I seen a lot of people saying that. A lot of people didn't understand. Oh, you falling out with somebody because of their vote, but you stayed with your same. And what you have to realize is those people are scared of the future. Mm-hmm. And they felt that you played a hand in making that fear a reality. Because some people who actually paid attention understands what the Orange Bandit's goal is this time around. But honestly, I have to be honest. I knew she wasn't gonna win because you can't fight fear with celebrities. I just wish that we would have got behind, what's the brother's name? Oh boy, Mr. West, because he was on the ballot. Cornel West, he was on the ballot. Nobody even gave him a second look.
Right.
And I also want to say this, and then we can move on. Black people, if you didn't learn nothing from this election, learn one thing. The Latino community is not our friends. They're not. They're not. If you look at who voted, because, of course, Mel, what up? Because, of course, they made it seem like she lost because the black man didn't vote. However, 78% of black men voted for her. And that's not even including the ones who couldn't vote because they had felonies, some of which she attributed to back when she was doing what the fuck she was doing. And some still voted in spite of them trying to shame black men for not voting for her. When you look at the numbers, the least amount of votes for her came from the Latino community and white men. Even the others was 50-50.
Yeah, damn near.
Right. So if you want to be mad, don't be mad at him winning. Be mad at all of the Spanish restaurants you supported, all the Dominican hair salons you went to. Yeah, be mad at them because they're the ones who helped put him over. All foreigners came to the polls. You know how other coaches are with their women. Yeah, I guess. But either way, only thing that I hope is that he doesn't figure out a way to end democracy the way it is as far as running for president, because he's trying to make it where he's the last president. And I am also concerned for the immunity that the police are about to receive.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you have children, teach your children to shut the fuck up now when dealing with police, because
we'll pick them up later.
Right, we'll come get them, because they're not gonna be held accountable for the shit they're doing. So you can be shot and the shit beat out of you and nothing is gonna happen.
But although he's talking that, is that a definite?
The only reason I say it's possible is because of how many people in position he has in his pocket. He has at least 4 in the Supreme Court.
Right.
Republicans just took over the Senate and they just took over the House and the floor. So he got enough. You know what I'm saying? If his moves before he became president this time is any inkling as how people align themselves with him, because look at how many motherfuckers he sent to jail and they still fuck with him.
Right.
They come out still talking that free Trump. Nigga, you get me locked up, the last thing I'm gonna say is free you. Yeah, so that was it. So now let's get to the business at hand. We are talking about faded love. When you hear that, what comes to your mind?
People falling out of love, or the overall ideal of not being the same as it used to be.
Okay.
Yeah, I think of a slow leak.
A slow leak. This motherfucker said a slow leak.
The leak being the love.
Oh, shit.
Because it never just happened fast.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, but you also know it's happening.
You feel it. You definitely feel it.
You feel it
happening. Definitely feel it happening.
Right.
Yeah, you definitely feel it happening, and you try to do certain things.
Mm-hmm.
Right. All right.
Or you don't try to do certain things.
Right. Okay. So let's take the journey from the very beginning because we know that it's a transition to the end. Why do we think it's so good in the beginning? Because in the beginning, everything is good. The sex lasts longer. The conversations are actually funny. What are you doing is not annoying.
Right.
In a text.
But you're also trying for that.
Okay. Verbal said, when I said faded love, she said nothing comes to mind. Shit just over. Someone, Nia said, hey baby, Nia said, 'cause it's new. She said, 'cause it's new. I don't know you for real. Okay.
Absolutely, she's 100% correct.
Right.
Okay, so it's because of the representatives.
She's 100% correct. Yeah, you mean the representative.
Okay.
Everybody's trying to impress each other at that point.
Right. So,
Right.
I was having a conversation about that and how people fall in love with the representative.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's you're on your best behavior. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I compared it to a job. You know, when you first get to the job, when you go on that job interview, you are on your best behavior.
Yep.
You put on your best clothes.
And then you become who you are.
Right.
As you
You come back from break on time in the beginning.
Right, but once that probation is over and you got a job,
Right.
nigga, I'm coming in late. I left my tie at home. Right. What do you think are some things that starts it to fade?
People don't be honest.
That part.
We accept shit in the beginning that we wouldn't accept. We agree to shit that we wouldn't agree to. All to make it work.
Okay.
Instead of saying, nah, I don't fuck with that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And being true to it, because it comes out later.
Right.
It
Right.
always comes out later
Right.
where it's like, I told you this how it was in the beginning and you was cool with it, but now, you know what I mean? So,
Do you think it's the same? Do you think it's the same if, like, you know, this person is not good for you, right? Is it difference if y'all, if both of y'all say your representatives out, and it looks and feels like this is a good fit, but like for instance, the nigga who falls in love with the stripper.
I think in the beginning we make it a good fit, even when it's not.
Okay.
And it's different reasons, right? Damn, I'm trying to smash.
Right.
Or you know, he looked like he live a good life, or she looked like she live a good life. I want to be a part of that.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we try to force it, even, you know, and that's the whole thing of red flags.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not avoiding the red flags that you see.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But we try to, okay, I'll deal with that.
So what are some definite red flags in the beginning that if you see it, it's like, oh, I need to get the fuck out of here?
That's
I give you one. First one. If we just got together and you going through my phone,
Oh, you gotta go.
Yeah.
gotta go.
Yeah.
That's a right you gotta earn.
Yeah.
I gotta fuck up at least once.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But see, that's the problem now, because now it is not even you fucked up once. It's what's his name fucked up.
Right.
So now I got to make sure you don't fuck up.
Well,
Right,
I have
right.
A lot of relationships.
Wait, hold on. One gets emotionally involved. That's that potential talk. I'm colorblind, so I can't tell you. Lack of basic consideration is a red flag.
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm somebody who openly says that they're like toxic or hard to deal with is a red flag, and I think we need to stop ignoring people say that. And when
What do you
people,
mean?
Like, you ever see the girls that be like, oh, I'm a lot to handle, or I'm toxic.
A lot of niggas can't handle me.
Like, that shit is not cute, and we gotta stop. You know what I'm saying? We gotta stop ignoring that. People say that I'm toxic, I'm hard to deal with. Leave. They're
Right.
not, most of the time they're not lying. Then you're gonna learn later
Right.
on, like,
Right.
oh shit,
Somebody
she
done
was
told them
fucking
that.
lying. She's
Right,
definitely hard
right.
to deal with. So now you locked in, you trying to deal with it. So once you hear that up front, or you notice that like somebody's hard to deal with, just leave from the jump. It's just like women, like y'all go after the super thug dude, right? And they get mad when he like put his hands on you, or he's not emotional, or he's a thug all the time.
Right.
And you thought you was gonna be the exception in his day when he wasn't a killer.
Right, I talked about that
You know
in
what
the
I'm
book.
saying? Like-
I talked about that in the book. I was like, be careful what you ask for, because a lot of females say shit, oh, I want a real nigga, and don't understand
What that come
what
with.
real niggas
He a
do.
real nigga 24/7.
Real niggas will go outside your head. Real niggas will fuck your cousin. Real niggas will get you pregnant and bounce, because that's what real niggas
Right.
do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
I feel like for women though, at some point in your life, that type of attraction should stop. Like being attracted to the street dude is cute when you like 21, 22,
When you're younger. Yeah. No, for real.
When you like
for real.
35 and you still trying to get you a street dude, beloved, come on. Like,
Right.
But you can't say that when you got 50-year-old niggas still running around here acting like they
And
crippin'.
them niggas should be single.
And right, they absolutely should be single.
No, just put them with the bitches who love the street dudes. Problem solved.
Don't
No.
work out.
Huh?
Them just don't work out, and then she's mad saying all niggas ain't shit. No, them niggas you pick ain't shit.
Now that for me is a red flag. When females group all men into a particular shit, like, because I remember the first time I pissed a female off, like, genuinely, and I wasn't even, like, I wasn't trying this time. I promise I wasn't trying. She said, all men ain't shit. And I laughed, and she was like, "Why you laughing?" I said, "Because in order for you to say that, you would have had to have been with every fucking man. And if you've been with every fucking man, then who the one who ain't shit?"
Right.
That bitch got off the train and waited for the next one.
You also know what I said red flag too, when like all women be like, "Oh, men ain't shit," or the female should be like, "Ain't nobody gonna ever love me right, treat me right." That's a red flag because that female it's gonna be so hard for you to prove to her that you're a good dude. Because she was already coming with a negative outlook on every man she deals with.
That's a
so you're gonna waste so much time trying to prove to her.
Oh shit! Rebel said, "Stop dealing with people who remind you of a family member. Corny ass niggas. If the dude's still in the streets after 35, run."
Absolutely.
Right. Okay. So let me ask this: is it the same thing if he's like late 30s and he's still trying to be a rapper?
I mean, it depends.
It depends.
What kind of friction has he been getting? Now, if you late 30s and you like, you know what, I'm gonna start this now.
Right.
Then that's the problem.
Like if he got a couple of tracks out of
if he already got some friction going,
you know, you don't got an album done and something, and I get it. But if he like just putting pen to pad,
if he 2 months in and we're about to drop his EP, then that's the problem.
So it's like, if he like, yeah, I'm a rapper. You like, how long you been rapping? And you like, he like 2 months. You like, yeah, no, that ain't.
Nah, you gotta go.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Because you about to put yourself in a long road. It's gonna go nowhere.
That's supposed to 2 months. I already said it.
2 months.
About to drop an EP.
Right. There you go.
Y'all didn't catch that.
I caught it. I tried to leave it alone.
We ain't shit.
I tried to leave it alone, but I caught it.
See, and that's why he's the skull with the shades on looking that way.
Try to leave it alone.
Because he always trying to leave some shit alone. Nia said, "Ain't enough friction in the world." If you're in your 30s and you still trying to rap,
like you gotta be on though. Like 35, you gotta be at least signed.
I mean, you gotta.
Like it gotta be going somewhere at 35.
Like somewhere, someone should be able to go. Yo, I heard your shit.
You got a book of rhymes at 35. Black and white composition.
All your videos on YouTube got 12 views in total.
Right.
Yeah, but seriously, that's a point. Like your YouTube views ain't got no comments, no views. Right. Your Instagram, Instagram followers.
So what about if he's at least getting paid for shows?
Nah, that's
I think that makes it a little better.
And that's what I mean by friction. Like, you know what I mean? Something's going.
He underground.
You ain't signing up in the open mic.
Yeah, I feel like
you know what I'm saying? Like,
he not still talking that, yo, I got an interview with Def Jam. I hope they sign me. Gotcha.
I feel like once you're getting paid to do something, you're doing it.
Okay. Yeah. No, absolutely. I agree to that. Yeah.
Now you still volunteer your services.
All right, now, how do y'all feel about this? How do you feel about people who date other people with kids, but they don't have any? Is that a recipe for destruction?
No, I don't think
so. I don't think so. But I think you gotta go in with a strong mentality.
Okay.
That like I don't like even if you have kids. I think dating somebody with kids is a totally different ballgame.
Totally different, especially if the little motherfuckers is bad.
Yeah, especially if they bad. But even if they not bad, it's like
they're there.
They there and it's very
it's there, bro.
You gotta wait till they go to sleep to come over and shit like that.
Yeah, you always got that thought in your mind. I smacked it.
But I'm gonna pinch the shit out this little motherfucker.
I do kind of get your point though, because I feel like if one person don't have kids, they just won't understand certain shit.
Right.
Like the whole like dating them all day. It's like 10 o'clock at night. Like, hey, what you doing? You want to go get something to eat? And I got my kids.
Right.
Well, do something, little motherfuckers. I'm about to go out. Like, they not gonna understand on certain shit. Like, hey, I can't go out tonight because I gotta, make sure my daughter gets some sneakers tomorrow or some shit. They're not gonna understand that. But at
the same time, it's one of those they might.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so comments from the Verbal said depends on the person. Nia said it makes it difficult, honestly, because you want to be involved, but you gotta have boundaries. Verbal says some dudes want to make the amount of kids you already have to even shit out. I honestly feel it's not gonna last.
Yeah.
And I think agree. More so, and this may sound sexist, but I think it's more of when the woman has kids versus when the man has kids. Because a single father, almost every time, the mother is nowhere in the picture.
Right.
But a single mother, there's a nigga that's gonna pop up. I want to see my kids, even if he's only doing it because he heard that she got a man now. You know what I mean? And not only that, but then the discipline factor comes in. You know what I'm saying? Do you discipline this kid? Because the first thing that's gonna be said is, "You're not my real dad. You're not my real mom." You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how far do I take it if I plan on making something serious with you?
I think that's the toughest part about dealing with somebody who has kids is knowing your boundaries. Because this is what I always say with people who have kids, right? Like the step parent thing. It's like you can step parent as much as you want until you cross that line, and then it's like, well, you're not their dad. But it's like, but I was
what is crossing the line?
So
each different person has a different line. You know what I'm saying? Like some women, if you're that much involved, it could be okay with you disciplining the kid. But even with that, it's like they're gonna have a limit to how much you could discipline them. I'm not saying fuck the kid up, but I'm saying like if they in another room and they hear you scream at their kid, they might come out the room. What the fuck is you doing?
Right.
But it was cool when I was taking him to school the other day. It was cool when I put on pants.
And that's what I was getting ready to say. And that's where it gets very tricky because there's no limit when it comes to the positive.
Wait,
no limit.
Hold on. My wife said, "Hell no. You just trying to fuck. You're not trying to be a family."
Some men are. Some men are cool with being stepdaddy.
It happens. Like, it really happens. My stepdad don't have kids, and he acquired 3 of us.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And really brought me and my brothers in and never really acted like he wasn't my dad. And my dad was in the picture.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And my dad was on some, like, times we were teenager, like, being, whatever with him. My dad was on some, you respect him.
See, but that's what it gotta be. It gotta be a whole team effort because if the dad is on some that motherfucker over there, I'm your dad. And that's how you're gonna move.
Right.
And if the mom is not backing him up as trying to be your stepdad, then I remember a video came out recently and she was like barking on him because I think he said something to the daughter or something like that, and she was like, "You not her dad," and he was like, "But I do everything for her."
And
you know what I'm saying? You remember the videos in the kitchen? She was like disrespecting him, like really disrespecting him.
And that's my point by when I say there's no limit on the other side. You know what I'm saying? So if you're gonna be a parent that feels like you can't discipline my child, then you should also feel like, you know what, Disney World is too much. You went too far there.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, it's cool when you bought him a T-shirt.
Right.
How dare you have him enjoy himself?
So Nia said that's where boundaries come from. No, that's where boundaries come in. Yeah, I'll help you plan things to do with your kids, but I'm not gonna force myself into the family.
Nope.
Verbal said niggas think the more kids, the better the cooch. Here's my take on it.
Nah.
Verbal's crazy.
I feel like the more kids, you just a whore.
Right, like I think the more kids, the looser the fit.
Too many kids, I feel like that shit is worn the fuck out.
That's the OJ. This glove don't fit.
Now,
they don't scared to fuck you because you might get pregnant.
Right, because you're fucking fertile myrtle.
Got some Mexican in you.
Now, for me growing up, my mother, she never talked crazy about my pops. She let us learn that he was a piece of shit.
Well, that's definitely not always going to be the case.
Right. It's always not going to be the case. I always say it was special. And, she had her boyfriends and shit, but it was one who was there. Like, he went to the school, open night type shit, taught us shit. You know, so one day I said to my mother, like, yo, I want to call him dad.
Right.
And she was like, well, talk to your father. And the nigga came over and I was like, yo, check this out, my nigga, you been fired. Like, this is my pops now. And now that I'm older and like I have children and I'm grown.
What's good, cuz?
I can see where that might have been fucked up to say to him. But in the same token, I feel like that's what his hand called for because he was never there. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a double Dutch pop. He'll show up for 6 months, then we don't see him for 6 years.
Right.
I remember I'm on picnic with my mother, and this nigga asked her, like, yo, Gwen, is that your friend? And she's like, nigga, that's your son. And it was, to me, it was like, I could never forget what my children look like. I'm never gonna be not in their lives as long as I'm allowed to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, that was crazy.
I think that has to be organic. See, I don't like when people force it, either the dude or the mother forces it, like, or call him dad, or you know what I'm saying.
Right.
Call me dad.
Yeah,
No,
nah.
it has to be organic because that kid, like you wanted to call him dad, so that was your choice. You felt whatever he was doing, you felt the need to call him dad.
Right.
Especially after that nigga whooped my ass. I was like, yeah, that was some
I don't
father
like
shit.
the females who force it, and I also don't like the females who the biological dad is around. And they try to make it seem like the stepdad is more important than the biological dad.
But now here's the thing. Let me ask you this: if the stepdad is more active,
I don't give a fuck. If that biological dad is involved and he's around,
right,
that stepdad should never be.
All right, and the only reason I ask that is
because sometimes the stepdad is more active
because he's
due
there.
to circumstances.
Okay.
Not because.
Because he loves the kid.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Right. If he lives there and the kid is home 5 days a week, of course he's going to seem more active with the kid than the biological father.
That's not necessarily true.
It has to be.
No, not necessarily, because listen, you saw Baby Boy.
Yeah, you got niggas that'll walk over.
Right, nigga, I want my daddy. Fuck your daddy.
No, but of course. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, but we're talking about the good
who lives there with the
situation.
kid.
Okay.
So you can't say he's more active. He just has more he's more accessible.
Okay.
So the dad get him every other week, get him 3 days a week. You're not seeing him as much as a stepdad is, but that doesn't mean the stepdad is more of a dad than you.
I agree.
And I don't care what the situation is. No man is ever going to be in front of me when it comes to my kid. Like, I remember when the story came out, I think the kid wanted to do something. No, the dad wanted to take the kid somewhere, and the mom told him, you have to ask her stepdad.
Yeah, nah, that's no.
All right, so let me ask you
breaking
this.
everything in the fucking house.
So let me ask you this. How would you have played this out? Because I saw this a couple of years back. It was a dude. He had been married to this woman, and he was the stepfather. And she got married. And she was getting married, and she wanted her biological father to give her away. But now the stepdad paid for everything.
I think I seen that.
So what he did was he canceled the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
He said, if you want your father to give you away, let him pay for everything.
Right.
Was he wrong?
Timing was wrong.
That's tricky.
It was the timing was wrong.
I don't know if my opinion is just timing was wrong or was you trying to buy that position.
Okay.
So the reason why I say timing was wrong is because I felt like that's a conversation that should have been had between the daughter and the stepdad early, like when the wedding was first starting to get planned. Mm-hmm. Because it's a slap in the face that you waited till it was paid for already.
But it's not a slap in the face that I did all this shit for you. I paid for all of this shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's slap in the face because after he paid for everything and did all this, now you like, well, I want biological dad to what we done now.
Right.
If it was I feel like it was a conversation ahead of time. Then he could have like, okay, cool. So me and your biological go half and half.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I don't know because a situation like that, right? So clearly, a situation like that, you as a stepdad, you're there for real too.
Yeah.
Right.
You in the shits.
You in the shits. But again, you chose this.
Right.
Now, if she came to you on some, yo, can you pay for everything? And you had the assumption of, all right, well, if she's asking me to pay for everything, then I guess I'm gonna be the one. Now, if you sat there like, oh, okay, you getting married, I'm so happy for you, you don't worry about nothing, I got this.
Then you think you should just let it rock?
Yeah, because
you put yourself there.
You put yourself there.
Okay.
Again, you tried to buy that position. It's the same shit that niggas get mad at females about every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I bought you this, so
I bought you a Birkin, so you need to be business.
Do it again. I bought you this, so.
Come on now. Get it that.
Why is your clothes still on?
I don't see feet. What the fuck? All right, let's get back into the all right. Speaking about kids, do you think that having kids can help make a relationship fade?
Wow, that's actually a really good question, and my answer is gonna sound fucked up, but it can, because I feel like it brings it can be another issue
as far as what?
Y'all arguing over parenting. Now it's another stress as far as financially. You know, who's watching the kid, who's spending more time with the kid, who's like, you know, if either she's a stay-at-home mom, you might go to work all day, you come home, you might want to jump on a game, or you might want to go to sleep, or whatever else you want to do. She's looking at you like, well, come on, I had the baby all day.
Right.
Now that's an argument. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it can actually, if you're not strong as a couple and strong as parents, it definitely can, you know, make the love. Also, now somebody might be giving the baby more attention and not giving their spouse any attention.
Okay. I agree with some of that. I think children play a part in it because it's something to take your attention off of each other, right?
In a good way?
Good or bad, either way.
Could be good or bad, yeah.
But what happens is that you become so driven in maintaining this household that you forget to maintain each other.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You forget what it's like to have a date night. Right. You forget what it's like to just you and your shorty go away or just get a room. You know what I mean? And that creates a stress, because one of the things in a relationship, and anybody who's ever been in a relationship long enough, you know, sooner or later, the access to pussy declines.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You might go from fucking 5 times a week, twice on Sunday, to it's this nigga's birthday. Let me give him a little pussy.
Right.
You all right over there? I touched the nerve.
which is also a huge contribution to faded relationships.
Absolutely.
Right. Is forgetting about each other.
No, forgetting about giving me pussy.
You know what's crazy? Like, we're laughing, right? We're laughing. It's funny, but I think that's a really important part of a relationship.
Oh no,
that people act like it's not important. Like, women act like it's not that important.
I was gonna say women particularly act like it's not important.
You're not giving me no pussy. I'm gonna feel like either you're not attracted to me no more. I don't turn you on no more. Or the common answer, everybody goes, "Well, you fucking somebody else."
But now, could it be because we're both taught, like men and women are taught intimacy different? Like, for most part, men are taught that intimacy is fucking. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, foreplay and all that other. But we look at intimacy as that, when women look at intimacy as bonding, sharing who I am, telling you my feelings, asking you what you think.
But see, that's cool and all. That's cool. Right? And I've really grown. And it took me a while to get to a place where I said that's cool. Okay. Like, before it was like, this is bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Bullshit. It's cool, but you can't just stop giving pussy and expect a nigga to know that that's what it was.
I also feel like women, after a while, treat pussy as like a reward system.
Yes.
I've said this before on the show. It becomes a reward system. Like, well, he did X, Y, Z, da, 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 so I give him some pussy. But it's like, but he didn't do X, Y, Z, da, 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 last week, today, so I'm not giving this nigga no pussy.
All right, so I'm gonna play devil's advocate for 1 second with something that you said, right? Now, if you put yourself in the woman's position, right, and let's just say she's home with the kid, right? We all have children. we know how much of a handful they can be. Right? So now she's dealing with that all fucking day. Trying to deal with the house. Maybe she tried to cook. And she had to do all of this shit. Is she really gonna feel like fucking?
Okay, so how many times can that be the excuse? And here's how
many days you go to work?
That's what I was to say. So you're saying she home with the kid all day, try to cook. That's fine. I get it. You're tired. We went to work.
Right.
I went to work all day. Let's say I went to work all day. Let's say I got 2 jobs. I went to work, went to my second part-time job, and I came home. Let me try to say I had a long day. I don't want to give up dick. Watch how that reaction is different.
Absolutely.
That shit sounds foreign.
Right.
Because we're just expected to be ready.
Right, but we're not allowed to be tired, or they're tired. So I think, again, that's about 75% bullshit.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, in the beginning, motherfuckers don't care how tired they are. You don't give a fuck. You get a little side quickie. You get a little side quickie before they just hit it real quick before I go to sleep.
Right.
All right, bitch.
Right.
Good night.
Right.
That turns into I'm too tired. You're not too tired. You're just not feeling it. For whatever the reasons are, you're just not feeling it.
Okay. So, now in the beginning, one thing that guys do a lot of, compliments.
Yeah.
Do you think the decline in compliments? Right. So Verbal said it's not always tired. Sometimes she's emotionally drained.
And this is the issue with men and women in relationships, right? We are too. That's the biggest issue with relationships nowadays. That everything y'all feel, everything y'all go through, we go through as well. We're just not allowed to say it or use it as an excuse.
Okay. In no way. And say that.
Right, say
like,
that.
Why,
yeah,
like,
say
why
that,
do why do they women get to a place of feeling like you can't say these things? You can't really emotionally express how you feel until it's at level 10.
Right.
And guess what?
And level 10, I'm not gonna say for old niggas, but level 10 is fuck it. I'm gonna go get it elsewhere.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And then also too is like, if you say that, like that's literally probably the first, like, when last time you ever heard a female say that? That's why they gave you a second. You know what I'm saying? We heard it just now. So it's like, if you say that to me, maybe now I could figure a way to fix that. But you just turn over and going to sleep, I don't know why. So now I got an attitude now.
But now, hold on. But I gotta say this. While yeah, it would be easy for us to say, oh, just tell me that. But oftentimes, they're in such a fucked up place, they don't even realize it.
And you still gotta communicate that.
You gotta communicate.
How can you communicate what's wrong if you don't know?
Say that.
Say I don't know what. Like,
yo, nothing. I go through that often, where I'll just be in a fucked up mood for the whole day. I have no idea why. But I will communicate that with the people that's around me.
Because you work in the Bronx.
That's very much a big part of it. Very much a big part of it. I'll communicate with the people that I have to deal with. You know what I mean?
Okay, so now, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Verbal said, oftentimes, when we speak, it goes unheard till we shut down. That would take a man who observes, actually listens.
That may be the case, and that's fair to say.
It's
always gonna be.
It goes back to us.
Yeah,
it always goes back to what we're not doing.
Right, it always gonna be an excuse. Because here's the thing, right? And let's use the couple that is home all day with the kids.
Both of them.
But that's impossible.
You mean both kids?
No. I'm saying both parents.
No. I'm saying they're a couple.
Okay.
Let's say the mother's home all day with the kids, right? And then you got the dude who goes to work every day, make sure it happens, right? Why is the solution putting more of a burden on him? And what I mean by that is, okay, so your thing is you got the kids all day, right? I'm at work all day. So now you figure the shift. Okay, when you come home, now you take the kids. I can't say, okay, today I don't feel like going to work. You go to work for me.
Right.
So at what point is it like, you know what, I understand this, I understand that. Like the women are quick to want a break, but don't want to give a break.
Because if you think of what he just said, you made a man do double work.
Right.
Because he did his part already by going to work all day. Now I gotta come in and take over your part.
All right, so my wife said it's not an excuse. Shit is draining. So I'm gonna share this. I agree wholeheartedly with what y'all are saying. Oftentimes we as men, our battles are silent, and we are expected to know what's wrong with our woman. And it's not fair that we're not given that same thing. But what I will say is this, though, with the right woman, if you catch it and you make note of it, some will make a conscious effort to do the same for you. But now the question becomes, wait, it's not a part you're a parent. That shit don't stop. Yes, baby, that's true. Being a parent doesn't stop, but also for men deal with a lot of shit silently. Work, their own personal shit, the family shit. You, the baby, outside, the world, and it's done silently. And oftentimes, and I said this before, like, women are brought into this world with the understanding of them needing support. While men, we got to figure this shit out.
Yeah.
It's definitely not fair, but I think that's where the spending time with each other helps. You know what I'm saying? Because if y'all have some time together and there's no kids and there's no work or whatever, and y'all just focus on each other, maybe you can have that conversation. You know what I'm saying? Because now it rejuvenated and reignited. Y'all remember why y'all are here. Because I think one of the things that makes relationships fade is I think it's a two-part thing. It's one, forgetting why you're in this relationship and comparing your stress and your pain to your spouse. Like, oh, you don't know stress. I know stress. My stress and your stress may appear different to you, but that doesn't mean that my stress isn't less stressful on me.
That's a big part.
You know what I'm saying? You being overwhelmed and me being we might be overwhelmed for two different things, but we're both fucking overwhelmed.
Right. It's still a general concept.
100%, because somebody might say, like, one person might be like, well, I'm unhappy, right? You don't want to say the other person unhappy too. You think you're unhappy and that person living their best life.
Right.
Well, that person is just as unhappy as you.
And part of the reason they're unhappy is because they know you're unhappy in the way that you're acting because you're unhappy.
Right.
So, okay, let's see. Verbal said that's one problem. No one's pain is greater, just different. We need the same things, just in different forms. Like, for instance.
Absolutely.
Like, for instance, for most women, shopping is therapy. For us, I know, like, for me, it's music.
Video games.
Let me jump on the Madden real quick. You know, but because we listen so much to society, those things are looked at as childish.
Absolutely.
Or you're trying, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not understanding that while I'm playing Madden.
I'm decompressing.
Right, I'm decompressing. And while I'm playing Madden, I'm thinking about, okay, I got to get this bill taken care of. I got to get the money for this, that, and the third. But I'm able to do it because this is helping me.
Right.
Fuck shopping, put some music on. Exactly, Verb.
But I want to kind of go back to what Wifey said when she was like, it's not a part, it's a job. Correct, it's both our jobs. But in the same sense, like, back to what MJB said, it's like, I come home, I take the baby. That's your break. So if I came home and then took the baby, where is my break?
And that's exactly what I'm trying to say. There's never a point where a female feels like, you know, you worked all day. You know what I'm saying? You chill.
Right.
Even if it happens, and when it happens, they're more coming at it like, oh, you don't do shit. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like, no, I'm tired too.
Right.
And again, we as men, we don't get the okay for that. We don't get to be tired.
Okay, but could it be because we don't say anything?
But why we gotta say something all the time?
The same way we expect or we would like for them to say something. Like, how many times have men went to their women like, baby, I'm stressed the fuck out?
Because we can't.
No, but
why
see,
not?
But you're being a bitch if you do that.
But see, but see, I don't think we expect them.
Bro, what type of females y'all be dealing with?
The majority ones out here.
And all of y'all to some degree touch the same shit, even when it's I'm not like the next chick.
Well, and why do women do that though?
Because
they hear stuff, and because they're not like that. Women ain't like that. No, you're not like that.
Right.
There's 85% of other women that are exactly what we're saying.
Right.
Like, we're not talking to some abnormal shit.
There's a reason why we're agreeing to shit.
She said no empathy broads. Exactly.
There's tons of them out here.
It's extreme tons of them.
Right. I remember I dated a girl and she said, and I'm not gonna lie, it made me shut down. We're gonna get into that too. But she said to me, if a man cries, he's gay. And I said, well, I must be one of the biggest faggots in Brooklyn, because if I'm crying, if I feel the need to cry, I'm gonna cry.
Right.
Shit, I cried during The Color Purple.
I feel like,
but see, going back into women having to say shit. It's not that we're saying, oh, you have to come to us and tell us this. We're saying, don't make that put out there with the lack of sex.
Right. So
if that makes sense, it's like okay, if you're feeling this way, come tell me you're feeling this way.
Right.
But don't make me figure it out, because now I'm pissed off walking around the house stomping and shit because I ain't get ass in 2 weeks.
Right. Okay. Got you.
and what you're doing is just rolling over and going to sleep. You're not even, like you say, you're not saying why we're not having sex.
You know what I think, and this happens with a lot of women, and it needs to stop, because I think it closes the gates of communication a lot. Most men, and I say most, because I know it's some out here who don't. Most men, when they see something wrong with their women, what's the first thing they say? What's wrong? Mm-hmm. And her answer is nothing. When he asks what's wrong right then and there, that's your moment to tell him what the fuck is wrong.
Right.
Because he's listening.
Yep.
And he cared.
Right, because he saw and realized, wait, something right. Even if he just said it because he ain't getting no pussy in 2 weeks.
Cared enough.
He said it.
Because the motherfucker that don't care, he gonna hit that PS5 button.
Right.
You walk around out, so you gonna go, all right, cool.
Okay, you got an attitude, cool.
Right.
Give me a whole full game going.
Right. I ain't got to worry about this shit.
Right. Okay. So, one of the things we know that leads to the demise or love fading is cheating.
Yep.
From a man's perspective, why do you think it happens?
Cheating?
Yes.
Oh, that's
Many reasons. None of them are ever a good enough excuse. But I will say this. There is legit reasons why people cheat.
You think so?
I don't agree.
Yes.
I don't agree to that.
Listen, hear me out.
Okay.
I'm not saying it makes it right. I'm saying there is legitimate things that can lead to somebody cheating.
Okay, go.
Lack of sex. Lack of support. And it could be little things, very little things, as far as like, let's just take the podcast. I'm just using it as an example, right?
Okay.
We do a podcast, right? Let's say none of our ladies ever post our shit, ever talk about it, ever support it. But then you might got a chick that's like, how was the podcast last night? Oh, I watched it. I remember when you said XYZ and XYZ, and then your brother said da-da-da. You like,
Oh, this bitch is bad.
yeah. So but then you go to your girl, you like, hey, you watched the podcast last night? My show was on.
Wait, hold on. Verbal said it's usually not emotion based with dudes. Just some pussy ahead.
No, it's not.
That's not true.
But y'all get it wrong.
That's not true. So here's my thing.
We're lacking at home.
Here's my thing. This is the one thing that I believe is, as you said, a reason why cheating happens. When a man is put in a position where his feelings or concerns are minimized to nothing, So, oh, you just this, that, and the third, or oh, you saying that because of whatever. No, I'm really telling you some real shit. So now what happens is he shuts down. Mm-hmm. He falls back. And like you said, someone comes along that shows, oh, this bitch really gives a fuck about what I think.
Right. Because men to me are easier to please than women.
Well, that's
hands
a fact.
Down,
That's a fact.
That's a given.
The littlest shit makes us go, okay.
Feed us, fuck us, let us watch sports, let us get some sleep, and
I think women take that for granted and think they don't need to do those things. You know what I'm saying? He know I love him. He know I think he cute. They won't never say it. He know I support him.
Well, shit. Let me shout out my wife, because every time I get a motherfucking haircut,
you know what I'm saying?
She make me feel like nigga what?
Yeah, those things matter.
But I will say to the original question of what was it, cheating?
Yeah. What are some of the things that you think?
No, I think it was. I don't think cheating is ever okay. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Never okay.
But I also feel like most of the time men cheat. It's something new.
Something new. Instant gratification.
Because you really think about anytime you might have cheated, anytime one of your boys might have cheated. There's never been a story in life where it's just like, she doesn't treat me good at home. No.
You know what? I'm gonna disagree with you.
They might not say it.
That's what I'm saying.
No, they might not say it. But my point is, why not just leave?
Because it doesn't mean you're not still in love with that person. Doesn't mean you don't want to be with that person.
But clearly, it's not. You don't feel fulfilled.
You don't.
Right. So why not just leave? Because you'll have a nigga who got a side chick, this, that, and third. But what's his number one line? I ain't leaving my lady though.
Yeah, hands down, definitely.
Well, absolutely. But
any side chick, you need to know that if you are a side chick, you will always be the side chick. And 9 times out of 10, you don't look better than his main woman, because if it ever comes down to him making a choice, you are the fuck out of here.
You are the weakest link.
Goodbye. All right. Verbal said, at some point we feel what we do no longer matters or is valued by the man.
Incorrect.
Guess what, Verbal? We go through that too.
Right. Yep.
When a nigga busts his ass at work, be it no matter how minor his job might be, and he's doing the best he fucking can, and he always hears about the shit he's not doing. Versus, I understand this shit is difficult and I appreciate what you've done, but because sometimes it's just the wording and how you say what you say.
Sorry, Coach. You know what's crazy? I was told one time, somebody said, you don't do things for me when you're mad at me. I said, that just means you don't know when I'm mad at you.
Wow.
I'm doing a lot of shit for you when I'm mad. You just don't know that I'm mad while I'm doing it.
Right. So let me ask you a question.
That was pretty deep.
Right. So let me ask you a question. Do you get petty so that she can ask you what's wrong? Because some people do that shit. They act away just so the person can go, what's wrong?
Mm-hmm. I've done that before.
I think all of us do that to some degree.
Okay.
Right? So like, I'm a slam a door if I'm not getting asked.
You'll slam a door ass nigga?
I'm slam a door. Like, I'm gonna do some shit to let you know.
If I'm not getting no ass.
I'm gonna shake my leg.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tap on the headboard. I'm gonna do some shit. I'm not gonna lie about that.
I might just turn on porn.
I was getting ready to say that. I just put on some porn.
Wish I was doing this.
Why you watching it? Because we ain't doing it.
I'm gonna give you my back. If you ain't giving me no pussy, I'm giving you my back for the whole night.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not gonna cut it with after no cutting.
All right, so now this nigga here. All right, so if this is a relationship that you want, right? You got time in. You've invested, y'all got kids, you don't want to go anywhere. You see it fading. Do you make the effort to try to get it back, or do you just let it go?
I'm going to say this. You absolutely make the effort.
You definitely make the...
But for how long? Because this is what I think happens in relationships, why bad relationships last so long. People are scared to admit it failed.
Right, especially men, because in society, the weakest man is a man who can't keep his relationship. A couple can break up, and the first question is what he do.
Yep, I mean, I'll go through that. Well, I don't have my daughter's mom, but yes, I think you do fight, and you, especially like you said, it was a relationship you want. Y'all got kids invested. You fight until there is no more fight, but you have to understand when that fight is over.
Right.
Okay. Verbal says some people stay so they won't feel stupid or hear "I told you so."
Yep.
And
that's some funny shit at the breakup. That's some funny shit at the break.
Yeah,
so
man.
many people come out of the woodwork.
Oh,
I knew that shit wasn't going to work. I knew she wasn't for you. We was together 17 years, nigga.
Nigga, you was at
that for 17 years.
Nigga, you was at our wedding. Why you ain't speak up?
Right. You threw rice and everything at my wedding.
Times I told you I was pissed off. You was sitting back like, yo, nah, that's who you got. That's your person.
That's a good woman, bro. Stay with that, bro. Y'all got a family.
I see y'all over when y'all walk in together.
Y'all made me believe in love. Then as soon as you break it, I knew that bitch wasn't shit, bro.
Bro, that shit kills me.
So now people usually when they see the relationship fading, right? They'll try to spruce it up. Mm-hmm. Do you think trying to spruce it up with other extra shit is good before y'all have an understanding that y'all trying to get this shit back?
It could be.
That's a really good question, actually.
It could be.
You know what I'm saying? Like one of the things that motherfuckers usually try is, oh, my relationship was going south, so I decided to try a threesome.
That's definitely what you want to do when your relationship goes south.
I don't think right. That's not what you want to do.
I'm gonna get some pussy.
Excuse me.
Bring a second pussy in here.
Let's bring a second piece of pussy in. Verb said no, thank you.
Doesn't bring another issue.
Right.
Well, why you fucking her so hard?
Mm-hmm. I'd fuck you if you know. All right. Now, let's say I'm gonna ask this question. You've been in a relationship, let's say 4 years, right? And since day one, there's something that Shorty does that annoys the fuck out of you, but you never said anything. Mm-hmm. One day it gets to the point where you can't take it anymore. Mm-hmm. Whose fault is that really?
Yours.
That's yours for not saying nothing. And that's the thing with those type of situations. You can't blow up the first time.
Okay.
Got your regular conversation.
You know what I'm saying? Because just because it was annoying you, she didn't fucking know.
Right.
And that's or he didn't know, and that's part of their character clearly.
But now, what if you tell them and they go, "Well, that's just me."
Well, you're gonna get that with certain things.
You gotta make a decision.
Yeah, you're gonna get that with certain things. Can you deal with that or can you not deal with that?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But if you address it and it's not as just me, you can't choose to accept it and then later be like, nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You already chose to accept it.
Now, let me ask you this.
And you knew you couldn't.
Right. Now, let me ask you this. Some things are just habits of people, right? Mm-hmm. So let's say y'all talk about it, right? And this is going back to you saying you can't blow up the first time. Y'all talk about it, and y'all both decide, okay, this is something that's detrimental to what we're trying to do. And they go, I'm going to work on it. But it's not instant. Like it's not completely stopped tomorrow.
I mean,
do you ride it out?
That depends, because you got to be realistic too. If it's something that you do all the time,
okay.
If you really do it all the time, then you do have to understand it's easier to drop a good habit than it is to drop a bad.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So you know that's a person changing.
Okay.
And with changing
takes time,
especially if they didn't want to do it to begin with.
Right.
They're doing it for you, so now the conscience has to be there. Oh, this person don't like it. You see what I'm saying? So it's different when you're changing something because you want to change something. Mm-hmm. You're gonna constantly remind yourself.
Right.
If it's for someone else, it's You can keep catching yourself.
Got you. Okay. All right. I think that it's a process. They have to grow through the uncomfortability. That's what Nia said. Oh no, that's what Verbal said. Verbal said, how much time you give them, ain't shit gonna stop in one day. Mm-hmm. Right.
It's not, but like she said, how much time do you give them?
I think first off, you have to understand and agree with the fact, okay, this person is trying.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great.
You know what I'm saying? Because if you never go, okay, this person is trying, then you don't have the patience to begin with.
Right. Like you really just wanted them to just stop.
Right. And that's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I me personally, I feel if I'm in a relationship with someone, how much time I give depends on what our relationship was like. Mm-hmm. Like, if this was some shit that was happening constantly and every time it happens, we're fucking arguing and the shit is just, then I'm not giving it much time. Mm. But if it's something that, yeah, it bothers me, but it doesn't really upset what we're trying to do, I know I'm going to have more patience.
Right.
But either way, I'm definitely going to put a time limit on it.
But how do you gauge that time limit?
By how you react when I tell you that it's a problem.
Mm. No, but you're talking about the person that is trying.
Right, but what I'm saying is like this, because you know, in a relationship, some people will just say some shit just to get the argument over.
Yeah.
So if I tell you, yo, like genuinely, when I tell you how I feel and you react such and such, then I don't like that and it makes me feel X, Y, Z. If I go through this whole bragged out thing and you just like, all right, I'll work on it.
Oh no, I mean I thought we was talking like you said, because you said in that they're legit working on it.
No, but some people will, you know, legit work on it and not give you the whole feedback. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't know it made you feel that way. I work on it, but they'll just go, all right, I'm gonna work on it.
No, yeah, that's.
Do you need the feedback though? You need the feedback.
Yes, I because I need to know. I need my shit validated.
I need to know you understood what I just said.
Right. I need you to understand that, yo, what I'm saying to you is some serious shit. Right. Do you understand how serious it is? So when you validating what I said, you're saying, yes, I understand this is serious, and I agree that we need to work on it.
Right.
So question. So the reverse thing to what you just said about the whole you're doing something, it's annoying you, right? So let's say they're doing something, or let's say vice versa. Let's say you're doing something, your lady tells you she don't like that, it annoys her when you do it, right? Mm-hmm. How would you feel if they started doing it back to you?
I'm gonna ask them, am I still doing it? Am I still doing it? Is that why you started?
Right.
You know, like, all right, prime example, when I first got with my wife, and this is when I was a hothead, right? And whenever we got in an argument, no matter how big or how small, I left. And one day she told me, I don't like when you do that. Because when you leave, I don't know if you're coming back. And I said, oh shit. But that was something that was programmed in me from my mother.
Right.
Because whenever she got into it with a nigga, you know, nigga get out.
Right.
The nigga go to the store, by the time he come back, the locks is changed, nigga. Yo shit sitting in the hallway.
But were you leaving to actually help the situation?
It sounds like a yes and no.
Because you're leaving because, you know, I feel because I will do that too. If I feel myself getting to that point where it's uncontrollable.
No, but his
I'll walk away.
His situation was, he said always.
Right.
So that's...
Yeah, I was always out.
Yeah,
I was, but the
he's 0 to 100 all the time. So.
But the reason why I say after the conversation, I realized that me leaving is because when I come back, it's not like we're having a sit down conversation about it. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we addressed it. When I come back, is we moving right along. So you got reserved shit. And even though I left, I got reserved shit, and that reserved shit just keeps building.
Building up. No,
and then, you know what I'm saying? And it just be some small shit like, baby, what time is it? It's fucking time for you to stop fucking farting all fucking night. Wait, whoa, what? Shorty?
But that's why we, and this is both parties, male and females, this ain't an attack on either party. One of the worst things we do in the beginning of a relationship is pretend like we're someone we're not.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying? So if you get into a relationship and you don't like her taking your fucking food,
right,
tasting your food, you can't be cool with it in the beginning.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta say from jump, yo, don't fucking touch my plate.
Hey.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey.
I asked you if you was hungry.
Get your goddamn fingers up on my goddamn fries.
If you thought that sounded good, you should have ordered it yourself. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All right. I ain't got time to pretend with motherfuckers. Yeah, I know verbal. I know. That's why I call you Al Bundy. So I gotta. All right. So I'm gonna share this. And y'all know I've been with my wife damn near forever. Forever. And one thing I've learned is that relationships are it's gonna be ups and downs.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be times when it felt like it faded, and then there's gonna be times when it feel like this shit is stronger than a motherfucker. I personally feel like if you have enough of the strong times, you can get through the faded times if you want to.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But you have to communicate. You have to talk. You have to express, and this for guys and girls. You have to express when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel underappreciated, when you feel like your opinion or your words don't mean shit. But you have to be mindful of how you say it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, of course it falls on us men. You know what I'm saying? We have to be more mindful of how we say what we say. But if you know your partner, you know how to say something without pushing buttons. If you don't, then that means you don't know your partner.
Right.
Or they've switched up because there's someone else in the picture. Because that's something else you got to pay attention to. When certain things change up or certain things become annoying, it's because there's someone else in the fucking picture.
Right.
If the way I breathe now is bothering you and it didn't bother you, but who's the nigga that's breathing around you that you think is okay?
Who's this soft breathing nigga?
Who's the perfect breathing ass motherfucker you talking
Through
to?
the nose, motherfucker.
Nigga breathes on command every 32 seconds. Who is this nigga?
Oh, now all of a sudden I blink, it's a problem? That nigga must don't blink.
Yeah, non-blinking ass shit you chilling with out here.
He keep his eye on.
All right, so now this is the last question, then we're going to wrap it up.
I have a scenario I want to ask you. I don't.
Okay, so I guess we won't be wrapping it up.
It's quick.
You're with someone and they cheat and you stay. Do you in return cheat to even the score?
No.
Or do you just rock out and hope that that was just a bump in the road?
You rock out. You don't cheat back. You're not gonna make the situation better at all. And if you felt you needed to cheat back, you should have just left.
Okay.
I can't even answer that because you cheat, I'm gone. Period. There's no. That's period.
All right. So now,
Yeah.
here's a question. Then you could do the scenario. Once you leave a relationship, does going back to the relationship ever truly work?
Absolutely it can.
Yeah, I think it can.
I absolutely think it can.
I think it can.
I'm not a big fan of that. Don't spin the block. Don't never go back. You left for a reason. You might have left for a reason, but those reasons might have been dissolved by now. Those reasons, y'all both might have grown since. And y'all, one of y'all or both of y'all could understand where y'all went wrong and fix it.
Sometimes you gotta not have something to realize you missed.
Yep.
And do you? All right. So, do you continue? Do you throw it up in their face?
Nah. Once y'all get back, everything from the past is over. Leave that shit back there. Leave that shit in that last.
All right. So now,
I don't think that'll ever happen.
Right. Okay. So let me ask this:
should.
If you say, okay, I'm gonna stay, right? You're not cheating, right? You on the good foot, but they do something that reminds you of the shit they used to do when they was cheating. Do you say anything or do you not say anything?
Yes.
Yeah.
Your mental is never gonna be. Once somebody cheats on you, your mental is never gonna be 100%.
Yeah.
And now you're on FBI mode now, because now you're like, I'm not gonna miss this shit again.
Right.
I missed it last time.
Right.
Now I'm on it. So now you're looking, and that's part of the reason why you should leave, because now you're looking at everything they do.
Okay.
Your antennas is always
CBS
out.
said, man, I said you'll be here at 5:44. You here at 5:47. Fuck you did from 3 minutes.
Right.
Who that bitch
Right, you
was
gotta
with for
put
3
you on the way
minutes?
here, you know what I'm saying? So I don't feel like the mental never gonna be right. You're gonna have to learn how to deal with it and learn how to block it out sometimes.
So basically, you got to learn to live still with the trust.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
And that's why you leave.
Right.
That's
All
why you
right.
leave.
So what was your
So the scenario? Let's say you and your lady, y'all been bad for a while, couple of months, just been bad, arguing, shit ain't going right, and you get to the point where you're like, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm gonna make it right. I'm gonna fix it. And you say to her in conversation like, don't worry about it. This shit is gonna get better. We're gonna get right. And her response is something like, only time will tell. Like, how did that make you feel? How do you look at that response?
That makes me feel very uneasy.
Uneasy, yep.
Very uneasy. It's definitely gonna give me anxiety. I'm gonna sleep with one eye open. I'm gonna write a letter and hide it somewhere just in case I get killed. Y'all know who killed me. Yeah, that's a very uncomfortable thing.
To me, it made me feel like you're not really trying with me. You just gonna wait to see.
No, it feel like you gonna get me back.
Well, yeah, that too.
Only time will tell, because after I do this shit, let's see how you feel.
I feel like you don't have confidence in what I'm saying. You don't have faith or confidence in others. You just like, that's like we'll see.
I think that person is already mentally done. Mm-hmm. And something is the reason why they're physically still there.
Or they're done, but they're just gonna sit back and wait to see if you can fix it by yourself.
But if they're done, you can't fix it. Because if they're done, nothing you say, do, or show them will make them see different.
Right.
They will still see you as the same fuck up that you were.
Mm-hmm. And everything else is just for the moment.
Right. And then as soon as you get into some shit, I knew you was going to do it again. What the fuck? Only thing I did was go to sleep. All right, y'all. So this was a dope convo. Ladies and gentlemen, couple of announcements. One, first and foremost, Monday, November 11th.
We outside.
We are outside.
Outside.
Truth and Jokes is fucking back. The open mic and showcase for poets and comedians hosted by The Real, that's me, MJB, that's him, and Slim's gonna be in the building too. We got some dope performances. No, you ain't gonna just be there. Fuck that. I'm gonna make you hold the door or something. Right. You announce it, nigga. Announce. We got some dope performances. We got B Fortune. She's a dope ass singer. We got neighborhood role model, dope ass poet and community servant. We got Brent Benjamin. That motherfucker just do everything. We got the OG comedian Kenny Williams, and recently added we have Hayes. She's a dope ass singer too. My homegirl Verbal is supposed to be in the building. I'm gonna see if I can get her up on the stage. Doors open at 6 o'clock. It's going down to the Eastville Comedy Club, 487 Atlantic Avenue. I believe that's Atlantic and Nevins. I'm fucking excited. I'm geeked. We got a nice little pre-show game that we gonna play. So yeah, get your tickets and pull up. That's it for me, MJB.
How do you get the tickets?
You go on eastvillecomedy.com. Go to 11/11. That's the date. Shout out to Chris Brown.
11/11.
11/11. Oh, and we're right there. 6 o'clock after work groove. But you ain't gotta work because that's Veterans Day. So motherfuckers should be off.
I gotta work.
Oh yeah, well, cause you work in the Bronx.
I definitely gotta work.
Yeah, well,
link is in my bio as well, so you could just click the link in my bio.
Right. Yeah, MJB posts a link every goddamn day. One day I was like, what the fuck? And I seen him. I said, oh, okay.
you gotta, you know what I mean, make it easy for the people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And thank you to everybody that's been sharing it. Salute to everybody who's bought a ticket already. Yeah, that's it for that. Anybody else got anything going on?
Nah, we good.
Okay. That's it. All right, y'all. So this has been the Reallionaires Podcast, and I want to take this time to really say thank you and a special shout out to S.STREET Media for riding with us, giving us this fucking opportunity. This shit has been amazing. If y'all like what y'all see, share, comment. Please comment on the YouTube.
Yes, we have to keep airing that every episode.
Comment, fucking comment. If you say something you agree with, comment. If we don't comment, who knows? We might mention your ass next week.
Right.
But yeah.
Battle will go away, but you might get mentioned.
Right. So this motherfucker here. Lastly, the thought I want to say. Anything that you have can fade. But if both parties care, you can definitely get it back. I am living proof of that. Y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Yeah.
That was dope.